If your Airbnb listing isn't showing up on the first page of search results, you're leaving money on the table every single day. In this video, I'm gonna break down exactly how Airbnb's search algorithm decides which listings to show first, the specific ranking factors that matter in order of importance, and the steps that you can take, including some AI-powered tactics, to push your listing to the top. I've worked with over 1,000 short-term rental operators, and the ones who consistently rank in the top of search are doing specific things differently. There's one factor in particular that matters more than everything else combined, and most hosts are massively underestimating it. If your listing isn't ranking where you think it should be, this is gonna fix that. Let's get into it. Oh, and by the way, if you stick around till the very end of the video and you're already using all of the strategies that I'm about to cover, drop a comment down below and I'll hook you up with a free lifetime subscription to Besty AI for one of your listings. No strings attached. All right, now before we cover the tactics, you need to understand what Airbnb's algorithm is actually optimizing for, because it's not what most people think. A lot of hosts hear Airbnb SEO and assume it works just like Google. Stuff the right keywords into your listing title and your description, and you'll rank higher. That's not how it works at all. Airbnb's search algorithm optimizes for one thing: booking probability. When a guest searches, Airbnb wants to show listings most likely to result in a completed booking. That's the entire game. So every ranking factor we're about to cover ties back into that principle. Airbnb tracks signals that predict whether a guest will book your listing, and your job is to send the right signals. Those signals fall into a few categories. We're gonna go through all of them in order of impact. So the number one ranking factor on Airbnb is your reviews. Review quality, review volume, and review recency. This is the single most important thing to focus on. Airbnb's algorithm heavily weights reviews because they're the strongest predictor of future booking probability. A listing with a 4.9 and 200 reviews will consistently outrank a listing with 4.7 and 50 reviews, all else being equal. And Airbnb weighs recent reviews more heavily than older ones. If your last 10 reviews have been mediocre, your ranking is slipping even if your overall average looks fine. The implication is simple. Anything you do that improves your reviews will have a bigger impact on your ranking than almost any other optimization. So what specifically drives better reviews? There are several operational levers, and many of them can be automated. Response speed is a huge one. Guests notice when you reply in 30 seconds versus 3 hours. That first interaction sets the tone for the entire stay. AI messaging tools like Besty can respond automatically in seconds, 24/7. It learns everything there is to know about your listing over time, so replies are both quick and helpful. That kind of always-on responsiveness directly improves how your guests perceive your operation. Guest information and guidebooks also matter a lot. A comprehensive digital guidebook that covers the Wi-Fi, appliance instructions, checkout procedures, and local recommendations eliminates the most common sources of guest frustration. Besty's guest portal pulls all of that into one branded hub: the guidebook, check-in instructions, rental agreements, everything. So guests can self-serve answers without messaging you at all. Flexibility on check-in and checkout consistently shows up in positive reviews as well. Offering early check-in and late checkout, even as a paid option, makes guests feel accommodated. The key is making it frictionless. Automated requests, instant availability checks, seamless payment processing. This can be fully automated. So if the guest messages and asks, they get an immediate response, and the whole thing is handled without you touching your phone. Other custom upsells that genuinely enhance the stay also drive review quality. Smooth pet fee handling, equipment rentals, premium add-ons. When guests can easily add something that makes their trip better and the process feels conversational rather than transactional, it contributes to how they feel about your property and the experience. Now, as you may have noticed, all of this is stuff that Besty can do on autopilot without you ever needing to lift a finger. And that's because the team at Besty has thought of all this stuff. They're not just AI guest communication anymore. Nowadays, there's almost nothing that Besty's AI tool can't do, which means your life gets easier, your guests receive better service, and your whole business improves dramatically. If you want to test it out for yourself, just click the link in the description to book a call with the Besty team. They'll walk you through everything and help you get all of this stuff set up on your own listings. But before we move on from reviews, one more feature that's criminally underrated is proactive issue detection. The difference between a 4-star and a 5-star review is often whether a small problem got addressed immediately during the stay or showed up in the review after checkout. Besty has review sentiment detection built in, so it automatically alerts you when an issue comes up. But whether you're using AI or doing it manually, resolving problems before they show up in your reviews is mission critical. Phone accessibility also matters more than most hosts think. Some guests, especially during urgent situations like lockouts, want to call someone. Besty's AI voice receptionist answers inbound calls with full property context, handles routine questions, and routes urgent issues. So guests get help immediately instead of hitting a voicemail and they call after hours.
Marcus, how can I help you? I'm sorry to hear that, Marcus. Let me see. The code I have here is 4921#. Have you tried that one specifically? Sometimes those buttons can be a little sticky, so maybe giving them another press would help? Or was there a different code you were using? Okay, I understand. Let me try something else for you. I can try generating a temporary code, or would you prefer I create a maintenance ticket right now for someone to come look at the lock? I have created a maintenance ticket for that lock right now, Marcus. I'm also generating a new code for you. Please try 5082#. Does that one work? You are very welcome, Marcus. I'm glad we got that sorted out. Take care.
So to recap, reviews are the #1 factor, and everything we just covered feeds directly into earning better reviews. Most of these can be automated with the right setup. If you want to see how Besty can help you put these systems in place, there's a link in the description to book a quick call with the team. Now let's talk about the second biggest factor, which is your listing conversion rate. That's the percentage of guests who view your listing and then book or inquire. Airbnb tracks this because high converting listings are, by definition, what guests want. If your listing converts well, Airbnb shows it to more people, creating a flywheel of visibility and bookings. The biggest conversion drivers are professional photos, especially your first photo, which acts as your thumbnail in search results, a clear descriptive title that includes your property type, location, and key amenities, and critically, your response time to inquiries. When a guest inquires at 2 a.m. and gets a detailed property-specific response in seconds rather than having to wait until morning, that inquiry converts into a booking instead of going to your competitor. Your conversion rate is partly a function of your listing quality and partly about how fast you respond to people actively trying to book your place. Instant book is also a big factor. Airbnb has explicitly stated that instant book listings get a ranking boost because it reduces booking friction. If you're not using it, you're starting with a handicap. And pricing competitiveness matters too. Not being the cheapest, but being appropriately priced relative to comparable listings. Amenity completeness is another easy win that most hosts skip. Every unchecked amenity that applies to your property is a filter search that you're invisible in. Go through the full list. It takes 30 seconds and it's one of the highest leverage things that you can do today. And finally, the last area. Freshness signals. Airbnb gives new listings a boost lasting roughly 2 to 4 weeks. If you're launching, use that window to accumulate reviews. Beyond that, keeping your calendar updated, adjusting your pricing regularly, and refreshing your listing when you make improvements all signal to Airbnb that you're an active host. Consistent booking activity creates a virtuous cycle. More bookings lead to better ranking, which leads to even more bookings. So always make sure you're keeping things active and up to date. All right, let's put it all together. Here's your priority framework. #1, review quality and all the guest experience systems that drive it. #2, listing conversion rate, photos, descriptions, instant book, and pricing. #3, response rate and response time. #4, freshness and activity signals. If you're only going to focus on one area after this video, focus on your reviews. That one area cascades into better conversion rates, better response metrics, and better ranking. Everything compounds from there. If you want help setting these systems up, Besty AI handles the AI messaging, the guest portal, review monitoring, upsells, task automation, and the phone system. Basically, everything we covered that will help you to level up your reviews without actually doing all the work. There's a link in the description to book a call with the team, and they'll walk you through how it works for your specific listings. They do a full white glove setup too, so you don't actually need to mess around with figuring out another new platform. You just show up to a couple conversations and they handle all the setup. Drop a comment and let me know your biggest Airbnb search ranking challenge. I read every single comment. And if you want to go deeper on using AI for your listings, check out this video right here. I'll see you in the next one.